appears to be Rebage TS70 charging station from a Clipper Creek. 133. A portable 120-240 V, a maximum current universal mobile connector that can plug into a NMR 1450 receptacle and other 240 V receptacles using adapters. A portable 120 V, 15, a maximum current spare mobile connector that plugs into a standard North American domestic socket. Charging times vary depending on the S's state of charge, the available voltage, and the available circuit breaker amp rating, current. In a best case scenario using a 240 V charger on a 90 A circuit breaker, Tesla documents a recharging rate of 56 mi, 90 kilometers, of range for each hour charging. A complete recharge from empty would require just under 4 hours. The slowest charging rate using a 120 V outlet on a 15 A circuit breaker would add 5 mi, 8.0 kilometers, of range for each hour charging. A complete recharge from empty would require 48 hours. 134. Technical data. Roadster 135, Roadster 1.5 136, Roadster 2.0 137, Roadster 2.5, Roadster 2.5 Sport 138, Roadster R80 3.0, upgrade introduced 2006, 2007, 2009, 2010, 2010, 2014 transmission 2-speed Magna, locked in 2 ND gear 2.17:1 ratio, 1-speed Borg Warner, 8.27:1 ratio, power 248 HP, 185 kilowatts, 288 HP, 215 kilowatts, torque 180 pound-foot, 240 Nm, 273 pound-foot, 370 Nm, 280 pound-foot, 380 Nm, 295 pound-foot, 400 Nm, 280 or 295 pound-foot, 380 or 400 Nm. Battery 53 kWh 80 range 200 to 250 mi, 320 to 400 km, 231 mi, 372 km, 244 mi, 393 km, 400 mi, 640 km, CD 0.360.310 miles per hour 5.7 sec 4 sec 3.9 Sec 3.7 sec curve weight 2,690 pound, 1,220 kilograms, 2,877 pound, 1,305 kilograms, 2,727 pound, 1,237 kilograms, top speed over 130 miles per hour, 210 kilometers per hour, 125 miles per hour, 201 kilometers per hour. Base price $80,000, $120,000, $98,950, $109,000, $110,950, $128,500, $29,000. Upgrade. Energy efficiency. In June 2006, Tesla reported the Roadster's battery-to-wheel efficiency as 110 Wh/km, 17.7 kWh/100 mi, on an unspecified driving cycle, either a constant 60 miles per hour, 97 km per hour, or SAEJ 1634. Test and stated a charging efficiency of 86% for an overall plug-to-wheel efficiency of 128 Wh/km, 20.5 kWh/100 mi. 48, 139, 140. In March 2007, Tesla reported the Roadster's efficiency on the EPA highway cycle as 135 miles per gallon, US, equivalent. per the conversion rate used by the EPA, or 133 Wh/kilometer, 21.5 kWh/100 mi. Battery to wheel and 155 Wh/kilometer, 24.9 kWh/100 mi. Plug to wheel. 141, 142, 143, 144. The official US window sticker of 2009 Tesla Roadster showed an EPA-rated energy consumption of 32 kWh/100 mi in city and 33 kWh/100 mi on the highway, equivalent to 105 miles per gallon city and 102 miles per gallon highway. 145, 146. The EPA rating for onboard energy efficiency for electric vehicles before 2010 was expressed as kWh per. Evolution of the Roadster's plug-to-wheel efficiency. Smaller values indicate better efficiency. 100 miles. kWh/100 mi. 147, 148. Since November 2010. With the introduction of the Nissan Leaf and the Chevrolet Volt, EPA began assessing a new metric, miles per gallon gasoline equivalent, MPGE. The Roadster was never officially rated by the EPA in 149, 150, in August 2007. Tesla dynamometer testing of a validation prototype on the EPA combined cycle yielded a range of 221 mi. 356 kilometers, using 23.9 kWh/100 mi, 149 Wh/kilometer. Battery to wheel and 33.6 kWh/100 mi, 209 Wh/kilometer. Plug to wheel. 69, 151. In February 2008, Tesla reported improved plug-to-wheel efficiency after testing a validation prototype car at an EPA-certified location. Those tests yielded a range of 220 mi, 350 kilometers, and a plug-to-wheel efficiency of 32.1 kWh/100 mi, 199 Wh/kilometer. 152, 153. In August 2008, Tesla reported on testing with the new single-speed gearbox and upgraded electronics of powertrain 1.5, which yielded an EPA range of 244 mi, 393 kilometers, and an EPA combined cycle plug-to-wheel efficiency of 28 kWh/100 mi, 174 Wh/kilometer. 154. Roadster being tested through a driving cycle at Argonne National Laboratory's two-wheel dynamometer. These tests help researchers develop test procedures to evaluate fuel efficiency in electric vehicles in 2010. In 2007, the Roadster's battery-to-wheel motor efficiency was reported as 88%, 16 to 90% on average and 80% at peak power. 155. For comparison, internal combustion engines have a tank-to-wheel efficiency of about 15%. 156. Taking a more complete picture including the cost of energy drawn from its showers, Tesla reports that their technology, assuming electricity generated from natural gas burning power plants, has a high well-to-wheel efficiency of 1.14 km per megajoule, compared to 0.202 km/mj for gasoline-powered sports cars, 0.478 km/mj for gasoline-powered commuter cars, 0.556 km/mj for hybrid cars and 0.348 km/mj for hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. 140, 157. Petroleum equivalent efficiency. As the Roadster does not use gasoline, petroleum efficiency, miles per gallon L/100 km, cannot be measured directly but instead is calculated using one of several equivalent methods. A number comparable to the typical Monroney sticker's pump-to-wheel fuel efficiency can be calculated based on regulations from the DOE and its energy content for a US gallon of gasoline of 33,705 Wh-gal, also called the lower heating value, LHV, of gasoline, 158, 159. For CAFE regulatory purposes, the dose for petroleum equivalency equation combines the primary energy efficiencies of the U.S. electric grid and the well-to-pump path with a fuel content factor that quantifies the value of conservation, scarcity of fuels, and energy security in the U.S. 158. This combination yields a factor of 82,049 Wh-gal in the above equation and a regulatory fuel efficiency of 293 mpg/GeCafe. Tesla Roadster 2.5 charging from a conventional outlet, recharging with electricity from the average US grid. The factor changes to 12,307 Wh-gal US, 158. To remove the fuel content factor equals 10.15 and the above equation yields a full cycle energy equivalency of 44.0 mpg/GE full cycle. For full cycle comparisons, the sticker or pump-to-wheel value from a gasoline-fueled vehicle must be multiplied by the fuel's well-to-pump efficiency. The DOE regulation specifies a well-to-pump efficiency of 83% for gasoline. 158. The Prius's sticker, 160, 46 miles per gallon US, 5.1 L/100 km, 55 miles per gallon imp, for example, converts to a full cycle energy equivalent of 38.2 full cycle. 158. Recharging with electricity generated by newer 58% efficiency CCGT power plants, 161, changes factor to 21,763 Wh-gal, 158, in the above equation and yields a fuel efficiency of 77.7 mpg/GE. Recharging with non-fossil fuel electricity sources such as hydroelectric, solar power, wind or nuclear. The petroleum equivalent efficiency can be even higher as fossil fuel is not directly used in refueling. 162. Service. Whereas vehicles with internal combustion engines require more frequent service for oil changes and routine maintenance on engine components and other related systems, Tesla's website recommends gonna bring the vehicle in for service once a year or every 12,000 miles. 163. For other concerns with vehicles, Tesla created a mobile service unit that dispatches company-trained technicians to customers' homes or offices in case the owner is experiencing problems. Tesla charges the customer according to the distance the service unit needs to travel, $1 per mile round trip with a $100 minimum. 163. Technicians drive company vans equipped with numerous tools and testing equipment to do in the field repairs, enhancements and software upgrades. Tesla debuted this house call approach in the spring of 2009, when the company announced a recall due to a manufacturing problem in the Lotus assembly plant, which also affected the Lotus Elise and other models from the British sports car maker. 164. The first Tesla service center, in Los Angeles, California, was opened on Santa Monica Boulevard on May 1, 2008. 165. Tesla publicly opened their second showroom and service area in Menlo Park, California on July 22, 2008. The Menlo Park location is also the final assembly area for Tesla Roadsters. Tesla also operates service centers in New York City, Miami, Chicago, and Seattle. In 2007, Tesla announced plans to build additional service centers over the following few years to support sales of its next vehicle, the Model S sports sedan. This included an additional 15 service centers in United States major metropolitan locations. 166 possible locations for sales and service locations in Europe were announced in a letter to customers in May 2008. 100